Diehards, what's up, man? As you can see, I'm in my next room here, man. I had so much stuff going on since I got off work today. I got off work at like 6, and I mean just basically duty calls. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to get into this room here. It took me forever here, man, but I'm way behind schedule. I don't have the score up. I'm just anxious to watch this game. I'm like so freaking crazy right now. But listen, man, if anybody that wants to come in and hang out with me, I'm going to put I'm just gonna put the invite in the freaking chat, man. If you want to hang out with me or not, I'm gonna talk about the game as it's happening whenever I finally get into that. Tony Crow wants his rematch. Hey, Tony Crow, you'll get it soon, man. I don't know if we'll be able to see each other this summer, but I'll be ready for you next time. So look in the chat now. I'm putting that the link in the chat right there. So I'm trying to get myself together, guys. ESPN, the game is on ESPN. I got to get this together. So I'm anxious, man. The one person I want to see is is this kid Gene, man. That kid Gene Montero or Monero, whatever his name is, Montero, I think his name is. That's the kid I want to see. So I'm like pissed off now, and that like I'm not watching it as it's happening. I'm gonna have to like catch a little bit of this like later on. But let's get this Knicks thing going here. Did it start yet? Did the Knicks game start yet? So I'm looking at it now. I see other games are in progress. You got the Nets, the Bucks, the Pacers, uh, Hornets. Where are the Knicks? Okay, good. The Knicks didn't start yet. All right, so then maybe the Knicks are waiting for other teams to finish. So let me get this together, man. Yeah. Telling you guys once again, I apologize for the delay. I'm trying to fix this thing here. As I was telling you before, we had construction going on here, where basically every building they're basically like destroying the outside of every building, trying to fix the insulation and stuff like that. So that's what's happening with me right now. So that's the reason why I've been in the kitchen this whole time. It's the reason why a lot of stuff has been going on right now. All right, let me see if I can find this game here. So where are they playing exactly? Are they playing on regular ESPN or ESPN Plus? I don't see the game. I know they're playing Golden State. Please don't tell me they're playing on ESPN Plus. You guys know what where they're playing?
Warriors coming up next. That was the cool thing about practice yesterday too, is you're on 4 courts here at UNLV. You see guys you played AAU
Okay, so we're just waiting,
waiting
for
played college ball
one of the other games to finish. So I got the Hornets and Indiana Pacers right now. I guess that's the game that's on right at the moment. So are we waiting for that game to finish? ESPN 2? Is that what's happening? They waiting for that game to finish? Because I see Charlotte and Indiana. So I mean, I got the game popping. The game is working for me right now. Just trying to make sure it's the right thing here. All right, thank you, man. So listen, man. Whew, what a freaking ride trying to get myself together here, man. Get a little closer to the camera. Yeah, man. So I'm excited, man. I mean, the Knicks have a lot of second year players. Grimes, of course. I really don't want to see Grimes dominate against this type of competition. If Grimes plays well, I just want him pulled. So listen, I get it. Grimes could possibly be our starter. Entering next year, man. So if he comes out guns blazing and really starts and really plays well, then I don't want him to get hurt in some league, man. So let him get maybe a nice little sweat. If he's dominating, let him dominate a little bit, take him out, and then we don't see him again, man. Go back to the lab and practice with the main team, because we're definitely gonna need that motherfucker, man. If he's gonna be that guy, trades pending and stuff like that. So we really gotta keep track of our main dudes. Try not to like over like work them, man. But I mean, that dude G Montero, man, I want to see him play 30 plus minutes. Of course, Miles McBride, he's got to prove a lot too, man. He's got to play a lot of minutes. Some of these other guys here that's on the roster too, that, don't necessarily intrigue me, but a lot of these guys, you look at the highlight tapes and you're just wondering how the hell they even got this far, But I mean, it's a motherfucker to be over 6 foot and athletic. I wish I was over 6 feet. And I wish I had, I wish I could still be athletic now, man. Because I mean, the way that they play now, then there's no defense. My younger self probably would have made. I feel like my younger self could have competed with these guys here in summer league. The way that they call the game now, and then just the way that they let everybody travel and stuff, it's just bugged out. It's cool, man. Summer league is a time to get things together. So I mean, like the chaos is happening now. So I have a couple things I would like to try. So I'll mess around with it throughout the course of the summer league. But different things that I've been setting up, trying to figure out if it's gonna work or not. But if that doesn't work, then I'll just continue with the same format and stuff. But as I said, I got my cameras here, my TV, everything is set up. I just basically got to put my diehard Knicks thing in the back. I'm thinking about changing that setup too, man. So this is all like the off season. The players get better, and then us content creators getting better too, man. Since we waited, man. So shout out to Papa Left. I never had Papa Left on the show. It would be interesting to have him on the show as well, just to shoot back and forth, because I think me and him are closer in age. I don't think he's in his 40s. He might be in his 40s. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely closer in age to me. He teaches kids and stuff like that. So I think that'll be an interesting conversation. I think I need to get him on here. But anyway, he was venting today about just basically they set him up. Papa Left got set up today. The same way that I got set up when I went on Spaces. The Spaces game that I was trying to incorporate it into the podcast, but the way that people jump on the Spaces, they jump on Spaces just to bait people into conversations and stuff like that. So I mean that whole bait and switch stuff and trying to make it like I'm the best guy. So watch me cook this dude. Watch me unpack this guy. Watch me disrespect him in front of everybody. That's not why we got into this. At least that's not what I got into this. There's different sectors of the sports talk stuff when it comes to the internet. Well, that realm is like battle rap. I'm not battle rapping nobody, man, about some Knicks stuff. If you like a player, you like a player. But this is not OnlyFans. I'm not trying to tip the RJ Barrett, just because he got in shape for the summertime. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dealing with that shit. So I got into this because I love the Knicks and I want to talk about the Knicks. Shout out to Tony Kroos, shout out to Sherman, shout out to everybody that pops in there. Shout out to Rafael Diaz. I got into this to talk Knicks and to meet Knicks fans and stuff like that. I didn't get into this to like borderline want to commit federal what do you call assault, man, on somebody. I don't want to commit a felony. Just talking about the Knicks, so I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. So I got his energy. I really dug his energy because I get it, man. Like I said, I didn't got baited a couple times, on this internet shit where they take me out of my character for no reason, just to say, see, look, what you mad, son? What you mad? That freaking that's like little kid stuff, man. And I haven't been a little kid in a long time. And some of these guys, they were just little kids like 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. They were little kids. You know what I'm saying? Underage little kids, 4 or 5 years ago. Now they're in their early 20s and they think that they know everything, So it's just bugged out. It's a very interesting phenomena that's going on social media and stuff like that. But like I'm just this is like a break in time while we get together, try to fix this damn game here. So I guess they're not starting on time. That fucking sucks. I understand this is like it's just summer league, so they're basically playing like street ball, pickup games here in Vegas. But I mean, if you start at 8 o'clock, like podcasters, that's another thing too. Let me vent. I'm venting tonight, guys. So I mean, shout out to Mike. This is not about you, Mike, but other people have hit me up and was telling me, yo, you need to start on time, this, that, and the other. Listen, man, I'm not a corporate ESPN thing. Listen, I got kids, I got a family, I got things that got to do. Sometimes things just don't happen that way. I'm not getting paid. You know what it takes to get people to hit a like and subscribe and stuff like that. In the meantime, let me do that. Please get out there and like and subscribe and help the channel out because I'm actually wasting a lot of my time with this shit, man. But I can't help it. It's a sickness. Papa Left said something really cool on Spaces. He was like, yo, he doesn't do heroin, he doesn't do whatever other drugs he mentioned, but he does Knicks all day long. I totally feel that shit, man. I feel that within the deepest part of my soul, man. I do the Knicks. I cannot stop talking about the Knicks. It's a sickness, and I know you guys got the sickness too. So that's why you're here watching me and probably going back and forth to Guillermo's channel, watching him as well. Or trying to get into the chat, trying to get into the comments and stuff like that. Like somebody here. All I do is look down, and all I see is the prettiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life, right here. Jesus Christ, man. What's good, my man?
Yo, what up, Hero?
What's good, man? You a handsome devil, bro. How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yo, I'm without my makeup. Just woke up. It's 2 a.m., 2:25 a.m. here. So,
Crazy, man.
yo, it's like you said. It's like a drug, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm literally losing sleep over a Knicks summer league team.
Yeah. That's the life that we live, man. So you came to unlock me today, man. That's what this is about?
Nah, bro. I know that's your trigger word, so I ain't gonna use it.
I got you. I got you. Yo, man, State got me so mad. Yo, it's the same thing with like the whole situation with Papa Left. It's like you're trying to bait me into an argument, for nothing. This is not why we got into this. We got into this to talk Knicks. Like I can yell at you and get crazy talking Knicks, but I mean, once it goes left, that it's like that's too much, man. That's not why we got into it. Let ESPN, let Stephen A. Smith do the yelling and screaming out. I just don't want to be that guy. Yeah. So what do you think about Doris Burke, man?
Bro. I know she's she's off the table for me at least. So
Yeah, she's beautiful though, man. She's an older woman. I feel like she gets better and better every time I see her. And so shout out to her, man. That's the whole point, man. We all got to get better, with this podcast and stuff. The Knicks got to get better. You you got to get some sleep.
yeah, bro. I hope. And with starting on time, bro. I woke up like literally like half an hour ago, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna barely make the game,
Right,
bro." I almost fell asleep on my desk waiting for this game.
right. Well, me, I had got off work at 6, so it takes me a little while to get back. But then all the stuff happened before you know it is 8 o'clock. I'm like having a heart attack, and then I'm trying to move the stuff back into the room, and so I can set up what's going to be like the new look going into next season and stuff. I'm trying to work out the new look of the show and stuff. But I feel like I need a cigarette or something. I know I stopped drinking, but I'm like this close to like going into the medicine cabinet and grabbing something, man. Yeah, how was your trip?
Oh, bro, it was fine. Thanks for asking. I was thinking I'm escaping the weather here, but I fell into a way too hot weather in Italy, so that was crazy. So yeah, but listen, a vacation is always a vacation. So I got my mind off the work, got my mind off the Knicks even because the internet in that resort was like so crappy that I don't get resorts. I think that they can think they can count how many people they get, right? Meanwhile, the internet is like you couldn't play, I don't know, whatever Pokemon Go on that internet connection. So that was whack. So
Yeah. Yeah, I get it, man. I'm like right now. I got the game on here. I'm not gonna play the game. I'm just gonna play the beginning part. So is this where you are when what you're watching right now?
yeah, literally, I'm like 5 seconds, behind. So it's not gonna be a problem.
Okay, I forgot to plug in the internet into the into my television here, so it's gonna be a freaking a long freaking night with this shit, man. So thanks for
Yeah, I
popping in.
see.
I don't know how long you're gonna stay, but thanks for coming in and hanging out with me, man.
No problem. I see they starting Keels, they starting Hunt,
Mhm.
McBride, Grimes.
What do you think about this, man? Look who's on the Knicks coaching staff. That isn't that Diop dude?
Yeah, I think that's him.
That's Diop, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot his
But
first name. I know he used to play for
yeah,
Cleveland, right?
the Saga Diop or something like that, right?
Yes. Yeah, so maybe he's like a new added member to the coaching staff.
Yeah, maybe. But listen, maybe those guys are like from the G League, right? Because I don't recognize the rest of these assistant coaches.
Right. Yeah, it
Yeah,
could
but
be
these guys like assistant coaches of assistant coaches. So
right. That's the thing. Everybody's getting a shot. Everybody's getting a
yeah.
shot to figure it out to see if they're gonna if they can stick in the NBA and work. But the game's about to start, man. You got Sims starting at center. Got Keels. Is I'm trying to see who the point guard is for the Knicks.
Well, it has to be McBride, right?
You got Grimes is out there. That's another thing
Wonder
too,
if
because a lot of these guys are short. So how are we going to find minutes for everybody tonight?
yeah. Listen, I'm all I'm waiting to see this guy Jean Montero. I
Yes.
saw only his highlights. I didn't see like his game, like full games, right? And sometimes the full game shows something different than the highlights. So I'm curious about that kid.
Yeah, me too. For, like
Is
the
he?
USA team, I think it was like under 19 league or whatever. He actually played pretty good running the point and stuff. So that kind of excited me a little bit to see that. So I'm very interested. Right now it seems like they have Keels. They just have Keels, Grimes, and Deuce out there. That's pretty short. That's a short lineup. I don't know what they see Keels as a wing. You know?
Yeah, I think he's like an off guard, right? Because
Yeah.
he definitely not a point guard.
Well, right now they got him in the corner, just waiting there. So he's in the shooting position there. I'm just interested to see the offense here. What are we running? What's the wow? Look at one man there. The first shot was a 3-point shot, heavily contested there.
Yeah,
These jerseys, man. They usually come out with good jerseys. These are bad. They look like 99-cent store
yeah. These
jerseys.
look like practice jerseys.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was RJ's first season. He had they had really good jerseys that year with the white lettering, big bold white lettering.
I know Tony Crow is happy. He wanted Grimes to take 20 shots today.
He definitely is. The point I was making earlier, man. If Grimes is cooking, man, then you got to take him out and just like say, okay, this guy he already proved it. He doesn't need to do anything else. You know, we don't want these guys to get hurt just like playing pickup in the summertime. What do you think about that?
Yeah, listen, I think for Grimes it's not that bad because we got to remember that he finished the season with like coming back from an injury, but you could clearly say that you could clearly tell that he wasn't 100%. So
Right.
I think he gotta shake that rust off. In games that we can see him, and if he has any kind of limitations, that we'd rather do it in the summer league than in training camp or whatever.
Right. See, the Knicks are doing a lot of curl stuff. They're trying to incorporate some curl things. See, guys, they have all 5 guys on the perimeter, and then just kind of like trying to get guys to funnel towards the middle.
Yeah.
They did that twice already. So that's something that we need to do because I feel like every other team has those motions, but we didn't have that the last 2 years.
Listen,
Nice little fake by Keels.
maybe Dice is a better coach than Tibbs.
Maybe so. Maybe so. A lot of talk about Johnny Bryant, but Johnny Bryant's not coaching the summer league. He's supposed to be the associate head coach.
Yeah, but I think he was seen aside of Rose and Tibbs, if I'm correct, in that
Okay.
photo. So
All right, so
he
he's there,
probably
but he's
saw.
just not.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay. Who's number 44? Is that that guy I was gonna say cunt. That's not the right. I don't think that's the right word. I was just about to say
Yeah,
it.
I think it's Farron Hunt. Yeah,
Right,
the
Hunt.
guy
There
that
you go.
finished
Lord have
on the
mercy.
Knicks last season, right? But
Yeah, he seems
I'm
like a
not.
fluid player.
Yeah, but I don't think he's nothing special. I'm gonna say it
No.
that way, not to
Yeah.
hurt his feelings. Nothing special.
Yeah, nothing special. He does look a little bigger, which doesn't say much because he's skinny as hell.
Yeah.
So it's just driving space right now. Knicks are playing good defense, communicating and stuff. Got Grimes. See, like Grimes is just dictating the offense right now. He's see that well, look at Jericho. Did you get to see the Jericho spinning on the inside?
Yeah. I was gonna say he's trying to to create for himself almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that we missed.
Did you hear about Taj?
Yeah, Taj got waived.
Yeah.
But why does he immediately go to, Washington?
Listen, Bagley said, Ian Bagley said that the Knicks wanted to retain him for the vets minimum, but he wanted more playing time. So
I don't think Washington was
listen,
the place to be.
you know, uh, listen, how much Bradley Beal needs help, to get that chip, right?
Yeah, big man just let Bradley Beal shoot all the shots and just had the big man try to grab all the rebounds.
Yeah.
Because I
So
mean, they got that dude Bryant, the center Bryant. He was hurt all year last year, and then they had signed another guy. I forgot his name, but his contract didn't even kick in yet. I was looking at it. I think his contract kicks in 2 years from now, or after next season it kicks in. So like, what do they do? And then they have Chris Stapps, who was playing a lot of center last year.
yeah, but I'm not sure that they got that Bryant. It was what not Tony Bryant, just Thomas, right? It was Thomas Bryant. I think he
Yeah.
signed with the Lakers.
Okay, cool. All right,
So
his contract was up. He had like a
yeah,
freak injury too, so I mean, I don't know what's going on with that guy.
yeah. That's why he perfectly fits, the Lakers,
Yeah,
you know, with LeBron and them bums over
yeah.
there. I'm
Yeah,
just
so what
I'm
do you,
just curious now when we don't have Taj. Is Melo gonna be the vet, forward?
Mello?
Because listen, if we got the center spot, covered, maybe maybe that's why they maybe lightly, let Taj go like that.
Right. Well, it also shows that there might not be a trade, pending. They're just trying to clear the
Yeah,
space so they
yeah,
could just outright
yeah. So they can
sign Brunson.
exactly Brunson, right?
That sucks, but I mean that's reality. There's no magical trade happening like the Jaden Ivey thing. Everybody was going to kill themselves over that. Oh, the Knicks. I still hear people talking about. Oh, I think the Knicks could have worked a little harder to try to get Jaden Ivey. I mean, Jaden Ivey. If you watch him in the summer league, he looks fantastic. So why would a
Listen,
team give up their spot to him?
Hero. The crazy thing for me is like if we wanted him so bad, imagine the situation vice versa, right? We pick RJ, but the Detroit Pistons wants RJ so bad they gotta trade it. Why would we trade RJ to the Pistons if they in the RJ draft, right? On that draft night, we
Right.
drafted RJ. We know that he's like the top, whatever top 3 draft that it was, back then.
Right.
But the Pistons wanted him so bad, and Pistons fans would be like, oh, we got to trade for this dude. Why would the Knicks trade him even? So I don't get it. Well, I understand the love for Ivy, but I don't understand why would even the Pistons consider trading him, right? So
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
But if somehow it makes sense to a lot of people in the fan base, though.
yeah, exactly. So, and what's the funny part? We literally gave up 3 or 4 guys, 3, right? Kemba, Burks, and Noel to to the Pistons, and we literally got nothing back,
Yeah.
nothing, and we still didn't get Ivy. So
Yeah. What do you think about the Jalen Duran stuff? Like, we could have just kept him and saved the money on Mitchell Robinson. What do you think about that notion? Because we,
listen,
we did we did sign his replacement. To me, I like
yeah,
Isaiah.
yeah. Uh, Listen, for me, the situation would be is like this. Maybe Tibbs didn't want a rookie center, for his rotation, at least because if we didn't sign Mitch, we literally would have to find a guy for the vets minimum out there on the market, right? So I understand we went over the cap to sign him and stuff like that. Though trading Duran, I think you can even waive Stretch Kemba and still not give up the pick, right? Just keep Duran around, and you could even bounce Sims. You wouldn't have to go after Sims or even go after Hartstein, right?
Right.
So clearly, other Tibbs wanted Mitch so bad that he said, "Listen, you can sign him. I'm not gonna play the rookie. I rather see Sims as a backup, couple of minutes." But I think with Hartstein signed, I don't see Sims getting minutes unless there's an injury because I don't think he's gonna have a 3 center rotation in every game. So
Yeah, that's like it's like overkill a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of teams doing that. I wanted to I actually wanted to devote a whole podcast to it, like, but just the center position in the NBA. Everyone keeps saying that the center's like getting obsolete. There's no need for the center. It's not the age of the center, but how many good centers are there in the NBA? There's a lot of decent centers in the NBA. The Knicks got two of them, maybe even three of them.
Yeah, but well, listen, the game develops, evolves, whatever you want to use the word, right?
Right,
Um, you just play basketball, otherwise. It's not the era of, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Shaq O'Neal, whatever.
right,
The center position just looks, different, other qualities, other, the game changes, right? Oh,
right.
I'm looking at Jericho Sims bringing up the ball. Oh, God.
What do you think about that?
If
Stress,
this
right?
if this wasn't the summer league game, I would be stressed out about that.
But that's the game,
So
man. You got to be able to do everything nowadays. You just got to
yeah,
be able to do everything.
yeah, exactly. So listen, like you said, they're playing this kind of basketball in the summer league, and I'm not looking, like I told Simon on his podcast in the pre summer league preview. I'm not looking, having huge expectations, from these young guys here in the summer league. We got to remember, literally, McBride, Sims, and Grimes are on the roster. Keels is on the two-way contract. The rest of these guys going to be playing in Europe, probably, if not the G League. So, and I don't think we got minutes with this kind of roster that the Knicks, finished up assembling, that we're gonna have minutes for playing time. So these guys are gonna be in G League. Uh, even Grimes. I'm not gonna lie. I think Grimes is gonna lose rotation minutes. Because we're so deep in guards and the wing position. I don't see Grimes getting minutes straight off the off the bat at the beginning of the season. So maybe not G League minutes, but he's gonna be with the team the whole time. But I don't see him getting like certain amount of minutes each and every game.
Right. That would
So,
kill a lot of people because everyone's tired of seeing Fournier play. you know,
oh yeah,
and
that
I know
that, that
you get into a lot of arguments about Fournier as well.
yeah, yeah. I was the leader. I don't know if it's because he's French or something like that or what, but
Yeah, I don't get it either, man. Because he was a notorious Nick killer. He always played. He played well in his career. 17 points a game for like 5 years straight. He did make the playoffs in Orlando. They weren't just like losing every year. He made the playoffs a couple times. So he's a solid NBA player. Contributes. He can shoot the three. He's one of the best. He's literally one of the best 3-point shooters in the NBA. One of the best shooters in the NBA. Period.
yeah. And I remember the conversation you had with State about Fournier, that he's this and that kind of player, and if he would be somewhere else and stuff like that. But imagine him on the Warriors, even, right, in the spot of Clay Thompson, bro. If he would be getting so many open shots that Clay gets, bro, that John Starks record would be broken like in March.
Yeah, absolutely. Even look at Dallas. Like they was talking about trading Julius Randle over there, or just on Fournier in the Jalen Brunson trade. If Dallas got Fournier, like we were talking about that in the chat, right, with Tim Hardaway Jr., that's an upgrade right there. They basically
Yeah,
replaced Jalen Brunson's production with those two players, and that's excellent for them.
yeah,
You know,
exactly. So listen, I don't get why fans are mad at Fournier. They're gonna say that it's about the defense. If you look at the numbers, his numbers are close to RJ's numbers. Uh, Guys are totally different defenders, though. Both are slow-footed because they're slow. I'm not gonna lie. Though RJ is a young guy and Fournier is like almost 30, right?
yeah,
So I don't think you can expect Fournier to be that kind of a defender. But his team defense, his IQ on the defensive end, it's way higher than the rest of these guys. So, and listen, we got to remember that he played on several teams. He played international basketball, and he saw throughout his career so many, defensive schemes that I think he's way far, ahead of these guys. And it might not be the best one-on-one defender, but as far as schemes go and the rest of these things, I think he probably might be even one of the best of the defenders on the Knicks. So
Yeah. Outside of that is that it's a 5-man game, right? You play scheme
yeah.
and you can hide guys. There's plenty of guys that can get hidden. Yo, watch Jalen Brunson. He people saying that he could defend. He's gonna get abused a lot.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, even him dribbling, he's not really good going lateral. Everything is like driving. A lot of force and pivoting and that type of thing. Hesitation dribbles and change of speeds and that type of thing. He's basically Kemba Walker without explosiveness. He's not
Yeah.
explosive.
Yeah, and I liked your video, one of the last podcasts, when you said that he literally has a similar game to Julius, just he's smaller, right?
Yeah.
And I'm curious if that's the guy that we needed even now. I understand that his his finishing around the rim. I'm cool with that because he's probably the better finisher than RJ even around the rim. But if the Knicks offense is going to look like at least I predict, which is going to be like last year, we're going to have spread out the court and play 1-on-1 basketball. It ain't going to be fun.
Yeah. And then in the beginning, it's going to take a lot of time to gel and stuff. So it's going to be a mutiny within the fan base. The guys are going to get really pissed off about that.
Yeah.
Hey Tony, if you ain't doing nothing, you want to jump in, man. I tried to pin it, but I guess I could put it back in the chat. I'll put it back in the chat again for anybody else that saw it. Got to get this together, man. Yo, I hate rushing, man. You know what I'm saying? I was literally having a fucking heart attack trying to get here to get this thing together, man. Because I just did not want to miss anything that's going on out here. I want to make sure that I caught it in real time. Just like the Thor: Love and Thunder, man. I have to watch that fucking shit as soon as it came out because I didn't want no spoilers. You know how people are. Like, I'm quite sure you get that. Like, you try to go to sleep and you're like, listen, don't tell me about the game. Don't tell me if they win or loss.
Yeah.
Let me watch the game.
Yo, I'm turning the internet off. When I'm turning it on, I'm swiping, like on Tinder, bro. Like swiping. Okay, no notifications on, so I can, use my phone.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't know how you do that. Shout out to Knicks fan Brazil. They're in Brazil. Like, how are you a Knicks fan? So far away from the motherland. This is the motherland. MSG, New York and stuff like that. How can you guys? Because you guys display the same characteristics that we have. You're freaking maniacs, just like us. So how could you function so far away from the Knicks like this?
Yeah. Listen, I think they still got it better than I do because they're not that far away, like time zone wise.
Right. Yeah, you're like what, 15 hours away from us?
I'm like 6 hours difference, So the Philippine guys are like, the difference there is even worse, and like Australia, right? Those guys are like 12 hours. So the game is at the night. They straight up going to work when the game starts. So.
Yeah, Brazil, I think, is only like an hour.
Yeah. I think they're like off, an hour or two. So.
Yeah. But sometimes I listen to them. I try to get the Google Translate going, try to figure out what the hell they say. But they're basically saying the same things that we say, but we just don't understand what the hell they're saying. Shout out to what is this? Somebody from the Philippines here. You're from the Philippines and been a Knicks fan since the '90s, man. God bless you, man. Thank you for keeping this thing going, man. Because every fan is needed all around the world with all the shit happening now, man. Like, did you get a chance to listen to any of the Spaces? Do you listen to Spaces at all?
Yeah, I actually was listening to the Spaces that today, that happened with Papa Left, right? He was, talking, literally ranting, and then it like went cut off, right? And I was like, what happened? But I'm not like following Papa Left like every day, something like that. So I was like, but someone cut him off, right?
Well, he cut himself off.
Oh, he cut himself
I think his mom popped up or whatever. He said, "Hey, mom," and he just cut himself off. It was like perfect, But I got caught out there a couple times in spaces. Like I told what's the name that cat from see I blanked the kid's name out of my head, man. I mean what's his name, Sean,
Yeah,
whatever his
I
name is.
hate Sean, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I freaking told him to suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? And I mean it. But why do you have to get? Why do I have to get to that point? And all we was doing was talking about RJ. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's crazy, man. And I didn't mean to say that, but I mean, it's just crazy. It gets you to the point where you want to do something to somebody, but we're just talking about the Knicks, but they baited me into it. This day he was able to get me to that point. That sucks, man. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I totally felt his energy. The energy of what he was doing. Because I mean, it's one thing we're talking about the Knicks and everybody's getting excited. Like me and State was arguing yesterday. We was just arguing about little terms and stuff. Sometimes me and him go off the deep end because that's happened before. But that's the first time I kicked him off the podcast. That's the first time I ever kicked him off the podcast and ended the show. I was so mad. But I mean, we've gotten mad. He's gotten mad at me plenty of times. I got mad at him plenty of times. But it happens. But at least we're talking basketball. We're not talking about, hey, RJ is the greatest player in the world. How dare you, you piece of shit? Like that's not a grown up conversation. That's like a junior high school conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Like I told you, right? For a conversation to happen, you gotta both sides gotta be talking with sense, right? And
Right.
respect. And if one side is not doing it, the conversation should be ended. So
Yeah. Because then you end up saying things you don't really mean to say.
yeah.
And then you don't want to be that guy that's like pacing back and forth on the street corner, and say, hey, meet me at this corner, motherfucker, and you just pacing back and forth, because I tell you a story that literally happened to me. Like I was talking shit to somebody. This is like back in like 2000 or 2001. I'm gonna say 2001, 2002. I'm talking smack to somebody online in a message board. You know what I'm saying? The guy told me that he was gonna wait at a certain place, and I was like, "Yeah, man, fuck you, whatever, right?" So anyway, I'm walking around doing whatever. So I totally forgot about it. Totally forgot about it. So anyway, I walked past the place where he said to meet at, and it dawned on me. I walked past it, and then I turned around. I looked, and there was a dude sitting on a mailbox. Pissed. He was fucking pissed. This fucking white guy. He had on like he might have been a cop or something, but he was dressed in like a freaking football jersey, and he was sitting on a mailbox and right in the corner where he said he was gonna wait, and he was just like looking back and forth and shit. I said, "Oh shit, is that motherfucker?" You know what I said? I mean, that's a little too crazy, So at that point, I had to say, "Listen, let me calm down," because there's been a few times where I went looking for people too, and that's not a good place to be, man. That's not a good place to be.
Yeah, you gotta have distance, bro, with these, Twitter spaces. Twitter literally, because on Twitter everybody, can say whatever they want, and
There's no repercussions.
yeah.
But that's the world we live in, man. This is the world we live. You know what's weird too? Like the girls, like they girls, guys do it too. They post pictures. They want you to look at how beautiful they are or all the shit that they have. But then like in person, it's like it's weird to talk to them. Like I can't talk to you. That's weird. Why are you talking to me? Like I mean, or like if we're in a place and you have on the same similar outfit that you have online, how come I can't say something to you, but I can hit the like button and be a friend and
Yeah,
subscribe to you or whatever the fuck on the internet? It's a very odd thing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So through all this talking, man, you paying attention to this game at all?
Yeah, I'm trying. Listen, it's a good game so far. Some of these, Quentin Grimes shots are a little bit crazy, but I expected it, him as being one of the guys that come back and stuff. So I expected him to have like a longer leash.
Yeah.
So, and Tony, I'm going to shout out Tony Pro again. He wanted to, for Grimes to take 20 shots, and we were laughing at him because 20 shots in one game, he just takes, in a 48-minute game, he takes like 17, 16 shots, right?
Right.
This is going to be a 40-minute game. And he wanted, Grimes to take 20 shots, but I think, he might be on that pace.
Yeah. Well, you want to see him gunning. You want to see all the guys that were there last year. You want to see these guys showing off what they did. But so far, I just see a confidence. to get those shots up, you got to have confidence. So he does have the confidence. You see it, but you just want to see a little bit of something else. You want to see, a little more, more cleaner handle. Just more aggressive, attempting to make drives to the basket, that type of thing.
Yeah, the question is, what do we want to see from Quentin Grimes, as the evolution of his, right? Because for me, in the off season, you work individually, right? So you're gonna work on, I don't know, that first step, that title dribble, and stuff like that. Meanwhile, in the season, you're not gonna like develop in that kind of way. You won't see the progress straight up. Meanwhile, when he comes in the training practice, the training facility after the off season, I'm expecting him try to show the coach, I worked on this, so you can use me some kind of different way in the offense, not only a catch and shoot guy. So
Right.
for me, it was the question, what does he want to show Tibbs that he has in his repertoire, so he can use him a different way. And we were talking about it with Sim, and we agreed that probably trying to make some moves off the dribble, maybe play more as a ball handler, something like that.
Yeah.
But I still think Tibbs is going to be too stubborn to implement that in the offense. But at least him seeing, like him showing that he's capable to do that is going to be still a step forward towards his NBA career. So
Yeah. Definitely. Well, right now Grimes is 1 for 6, 1 for 5 from three. He's only attempting threes. I think he took one regular shot.
yeah,
The assists are up. He's a ball mover, basically doing everything that he was doing during the year. McBride, he's a scorer, not really doing much else. Assist wise, he got one assist. There's no the Knicks don't play a primary ball handler kind of thing. It's just whoever gets the ball, you just kind of just go and just do your thing. So I mean, we're gonna be frustrated this year, man. If this is what we're gonna be doing, where whoever grabs the ball just goes, we're gonna be frustrated a lot this year.
oh yeah, it's going to be bad, man.
I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not. Well, one thing's for certain, man. Like certain guys, you wanna talk about guys going off and stuff on Golden State. It's just my man here, Moody. Moody has 12 points. Kaminga, I was expecting him to destroy us. He's 0 for 3 right now, 0 points, 1 assist. He's not really doing much either. So do you think these guys take these summer league games serious, man?
So now I think a guy like Kaminga, listen, he's on a squad with so many vets, and he knows that he literally has to wait his chance, right? Because uh, I think he has a chance to beat out a guy that's earning like 40 million a year, right?
Right.
So he has to wait his chance. He's gonna get only those couple of minutes, but he is still way ahead of the rest of that, Golden State Warriors squad. So of course he needs runs with the summer league team and stuff like that, but I think he is feeling really safe on that roster. So I don't think they're going to bring back like a old vet or a new guy just to replace him, in the rotation. I think he's quite safe for those couple of minutes a game.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, our guy number 77, that's Gene Montero there. At the
Yeah.
moment, you can see on the. I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen. At the moment, I moved it. I moved it from there. At the moment, he doesn't have anything going on right now. He played 4 minutes so far, zeros across the board. He is a +10 though. So shout out to the plus and minus stat. He is +10.
But
Nice
he,
little dunk by
he
number
he
25.
stick with the point guard. At least he was, doing that ball pressure and stuff like that. He didn't look bad, but like
Yeah,
you said, sometimes the stat box, the box score, ain't showing everything.
yeah. This is fun, man. I mean, I feel like like summer. I want to go. I've never been to Vegas Summer League. I've been to Vegas plenty of times, but I just never been to the Vegas Summer League. It's just interesting. I just like trying to figure out like it seems like it's like a vibe of like just like West Fourth. The way West Fourth goes. like how you just stand on the edge and just watching their basketball game, and the guys are watching. Maybe they're watching, maybe they're not watching. They'll get up and go to the bathroom, get up and go to get McDonald's and come back. Oh, they're still playing. What's the score? That type of stuff. That's the vibe that they give me watching that.
Yeah, I heard though this year that they raised the ticket prices for these games.
Yeah,
So yeah, a couple of years ago it was like like $60 and you could sit there the whole day. Nowadays it's like 20 couple a game. So if you want to watch like 8 games, so it's gonna be cost you like triple. So
yeah. That's unfortunate, man. Because I mean, right now, summer league this is the time for, just to have fun. They got the security and stuff like that. I'm quite sure they got their measures that they do. So it'll keep the knucklehead fans away from the players per se. But this is the time for all the super fans to come out there to mix and mingle, and just for it to be like that basketball community. It's still that
yeah.
way. I would hate for it to be like turn into like like just like a like almost like fashion week. Like you go to fashion week, there a bunch of stuff happening, but you can't really get close up to see what's really happening. You just kind of like from a distance. That's not basketball to me. That's not the spirit of basketball. Like do they have anything like this out there in Europe, especially like in like where you are in your region? Like
Like
as
the
far as like
the summer league things.
yes,
No, in summers I think it's maybe not across the world, but I think the basketball is evolving to that 3-on-3 game because of the Olympics,
right,
and in Poland it's stronger because Polish team made leaps and bounds out of in that category, right? The basketball team, the regular one, is not that good. We lost to, I don't know, Germany. Dennis Schroeder like whooped us last game, and we like in the European Eurobaskets even standings and stuff like that. We were like in the second tier of teams, so we dropped there. But the guys in the 3-on-3 games, are like the finalists or like fifth, sixth, seventh seed in the whole world. So it's more of a drive here for that 3-on-3 game.
right.
And even tomorrow in my city there's like a tournament for the 3-on-3, and it's not like a tournament because someone decided it's going to do it. It's like a FIBA one, right?
Okay.
So yeah.
That's my next question. Well, like, is it sponsored by like FIBA, or is this like a separate entity?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
okay,
it's sponsored by domestic located here companies, but it's ruled out and like in the rankings, whatever they call it, by FIBA. So it's like an official thing, not like Andy and Iru and decided with state that they're gonna do a tournament,
right, right,
and we got like prizes, something like that. It's like the tour, they call it tour, I think 3-on-3 tour or whatever, and Poland has like 20 couple of those, and whoever, and teams, just some guys literally drive around the whole country to play in these tournaments. They got teams from all over Europe, even Netherlands, Germans, Slovakia guys. So they come here like internationally play for in that open category, right? Because they
right.
have categories here like under 17, under 21. Women have their category and stuff like that. But there's like that open category that's whoever goes, right?
Right.
And they got these guys are professionals. I was like 2-3 years ago. you know those guys are crazy there, like literally, he plays in like the highest league in Poland, whatever, and he's just playing in those tournaments in the summertime. So
That's fun. That's fun.
yeah.
Because like basketball is it's a global game. It's a universal thing. Anybody could play basketball. So just to give people opportunity to get out there and just play, and it's just the highest basketball players, like you said, in your area, in your region of the world, they're signing up to play in these tournaments, and that's what it's about. Because you want that. You want to. It's not just about the competition. Like you just want to breathe the same air that somebody that's hungry is breathing, because it reminds you of how you need to breathe. So I get that. Back in the late '90s and in the early 2000s, they used to have Hoop It Up, the Hoop It Up tournament. That was a really big thing in New York, in the States for a while. I actually played and hoop it up a couple times. Me and my boys, we got smoked because I got short friends. My friends are short, but we was we did our thing. We used to have fun with that. For those that remember that, they used to line up at 125th Street. There was a McDonald's there. I'm not sure if it's still there. I believe it's still there. There's a McDonald's small, but they cleared out the McDonald's parking lot and put like a basketball court there, and then that was it. We had a tournament in the McDonald's parking lot, but it was crazy. It
Yeah.
was like really really hard competition. Whenever we got smoked, we used to get smoked out there. Yeah, but
Yeah.
some of those guys you see them on TV, and that type of thing. But you don't care. You like competing, and they don't care that you are nobody. They're
Yeah.
gonna they want to bust your ass. They want to make sure you don't bust their ass.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same thing here, with the 3-on-3 basketball. And listen, if in Poland, even, I think and probably around Europe, it's way harder to play in like these official leagues, like 5-on-5 basketball. I'm talking about because, for example, in Poland, kids play plenty of basketball, right? But it's nothing close what you guys got in the States, right?
Yeah,
Firstly here it's soccer. It's like 10 sports before basketball, so it's hard to get a 5-on-5 team. Not to mention like 20 teammates to and a coach to get you signed up for a league and stuff like that, drive around and get sponsored for that because it's not popular here.
right.
So I'm expecting it to rise a little bit now because Jeremy Sohan, there was a huge growth with basketball as far as the popularity here when Gortat was in the NBA, right?
Right.
But now he's out of it, so I'm happy that Solhan got into the NBA, and he's like still his mom is Polish. He wasn't even born in Poland. His father is I think English. So England's gonna have a guy in the NBA, and they're gonna call him their guy. Poland is gonna call Sohan a Polish guy. So
Yeah.
but whatever does for basketball promotion in Poland is going to be way better than nothing. So
Yeah, definitely. You are what do you're a coach, right? You coach basketball, right?
not this season. I took a break. Because like I told you, it's hard to get kids. We had like 20, not I think it was 18 kids, right? And that, for example, a certain age group, right? And then the virus hit, and all parents ain't gonna bring kids to the practices and stuff like that. So we like postpone it till it settles, right? And now
Right.
the friend that has the whole basketball school, let's call it that way, the program, he said like, listen, the kids are like in half, right? So he has like 8 kids in this group age, 12 in this one, 11 in that one. So he even can't like sign them up for a league thing, because if you have 8 kids, you know uh, this week, one parent won't be able to bring his kid or whatever to a game, and you won't have 5 kids to play in the game. So that's the problem here. In States, you probably have, like, if you open a basketball school, whatever, you're gonna have like 50 kids, and you have to pick the best ones, right? In Poland, you take a cripple, and you try to play him with regular kids because you don't have bodies. So
Yeah, I get it, man. Here is like you said, very easy.
yeah.
I was thinking about, because I mentioned hoop it up, right? Hoop it up. They actually you can actually start your own hoop it up league if you want to. So I was thinking about that. There's a couple other things that you can do. Something especially with the kids too. Like my wife is in the PTA, so we're at that age now. My wife is with the parent teacher conference, and I'm a dad too, so I'm thinking about seeing if I can help the school incorporate basketball into the thing. My kid's principal is actually, he's really good, man. He's like, they were playing teachers versus students at the end of the year, man. And there's a video that I'm trying to cut to make it into a mixtape. Man, that kid was, the principal was acting like Steve Nash out there against like 10-year-olds. It was crazy, man. Like, but that's fun. That's basketball is fun. That's what this is all about here. Watching the game, just talking about the sport.
Yeah, and listen, in Poland, like I said, the only problem is the popularity of the sport, right? Because, for example, soccer is probably like a basketball for you guys. You're trying to open a soccer team, school, whatever program, you're gonna get like 50 kids, like immediately, right?
Right.
And you can choose, pick, and cut these kids, whatever, and leave like the most coordinated kids and stuff. In basketball, if you're trying to get a program for even to keep it up running, you're gonna have like I told you, a kid with one arm, one leg, whatever, because you're gonna be missing bodies, and it's hard to build a team like that, right? So,
Right.
and in my days, we had like 4 or 5 teams in the whole city, right? And these days is like two, and the third one is like like the only couple of kids come and stuff like that. And the worst thing is that these schools like programs like try to pick up the kids from the other team and stuff like that. So when they play a game between each other, it's like the score is like 125 to 10, right, to 15, whatever. So one is like really really good, has the best players in this whole city, and the rest are like really really bad. So they get easily discouraged and they change sports and stuff like that. So in Poland in basketball, for the next 10, 12, 20 years, we won't have probably anyone else in the NBA except Sohan, which was literally taught basketball in the States, not in Poland. So
Right. That's crazy, man. Because I mean, it's the thirst. You have a thirst for basketball. You love the Knicks, and you just don't have like here. Like I said, like you have to like literally plan like who's gonna be whatever. You have to like scout. To make sure that you see the team that you want to see because they're everywhere. The teams can be in one tournament, they'll be in another tournament. Some teams even have like double the players. Just so half of them can make it to one and half of them can make it to the others. It's
yeah,
interesting, man. You got Kingdom. I'm gonna try to catch Kingdom tomorrow, man. Kingdom. You got West Fourth, like I said, Dykeman. In Brooklyn they got Gershwin. In Queens they have another one too. I forgot. You got Orchard Beach has one. Freaking Reese Park has one. It's like this tournaments all over the place. Really high level basketball in New York City. Good stuff, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. So far, man, it seems to be like a defensive thing. Right now, it's really sloppy. The Knicks were kind of like dominating them a little bit, and then they allowed them to come back. But the Knicks are still playing defense. I think that's like the real just the telltale of what's happening right now. Just a defensive thing going on right now. So we're
Yeah,
not.
but I was thinking it's going to be way more sloppier. The game as like an overall, right? It's going to look worse.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, except not making a couple of shots, I think it doesn't look that bad.
yeah. It looks fun. It looks fun. This guy Hunt. I'm not really paying attention to the box score, but Hunt seems like he's getting himself loose. He moves
Yeah,
well. I see why they chose to keep him around. He has 5 steals actually.
yeah, and he plays the passing lane, so you
Yeah,
know when he plays versus these G League guys or summer league guys, it's easy to make yourself a name. A couple of these steals, dunks, and you can get a contract.
right. So I mean, so since we're watching him, he's getting into passing lanes. How tall is Hunt? Hunt has got to be like what 6'6"? What do you think? Like 6'8", 6'7"?
Yeah, probably a little bit higher than 6'6", right?
Yeah, I'll say like maybe 6'7". Very similar to Cam Reddish. That's the guy that everybody wants to start. So if we were able to get some kind of trade to get another guy, then we got Fern Hunt to take that spot for
Yeah,
Cam Reddish. You know.
yeah. I think their game is really similar, right?
Hmm.
At least at this point, probably Cam has talent over him, but but they're running the passing lanes and stuff like that really similar. So
Yeah, that's what you're expecting out of him coming into the season. That's the thing that's hard to like. It's hard to have a conversation because people have high expectation for their guys. Everybody has their guy. Like Quentin Grimes is their guy. I made a case for Grimes to be the starter this year in one of the podcasts. I said it, but I don't think I really believe it. I'm just saying it just for sake of conversation because I mean, just the simple fact that the rest of the projected starters they're basically ball dominant. So you're gonna need somebody that's gonna be okay with not getting the ball, just getting open shots and making cuts and that type of thing. So Quentin Grimes will be good in that role to play off of those guys. But at the same time, you can make your assessment for anybody. And people seem to like Cam Reddish. Is anybody out there that you want to see, like realistically to fill basically that last starting spot?
Well, listen, I told myself, and it's not only in with the Knicks, that I'm trying to live without having high expectations, because I was like, okay, everything, even my company, has to be high quality, stuff like that. And I was like, nah, I can't live it without, like this, because I always have expectations and I'm getting like down every now and then, right? I was like, nah, I ain't gonna have expectations of these guys. If they're gonna be playing good, is I'm gonna be cool. If not, I'm too old to be, nervous and a nerve wreck watching these games. These players have turnovers and stuff like that. So I don't have any expectations for these guys. I don't, if they're gonna be playing good, cool. If no, of course I'm gonna, trying to evaluate them. Whoever cares of my, judgment and assessment. but
Right.
but yeah, I'm not thinking, this guy, a certain player I would love to work out. I don't think, I hope Cam can beat that breakout star for the Knicks. But listen, how can we give, him minutes straight off nothing if he didn't show us nothing as a Knick? Whatever he has done as a Hawk in the NBA probably doesn't count because they let him go.
Right.
So listen, I'm not expecting, Cam to be Kawhi Leonard on the defense and whatever on the offense, right? I hope he can handle himself. He can stay in the league and be a good player for the Knicks. But I'm not expecting him to crack the rotation like to the starting lineup and stuff like that. So
Right. So you're down to trade Fournier and Cam, to make some extra room, or maybe to try to get Donovan Mitchell or that type of thing.
Listen, I'm always up for a trade because for me, I don't see any untradeable players on the Knicks current roster. If it makes us better or sets us up to for a better situation in the future, cool. But if I'm just gonna oh, we gotta trade Fournier because he's a vet and he's taking up minutes for Grimes, nah, that's not the way to go. If it makes the team better, cool. If it just makes the less competition for someone, player X, nah, bro. Like I said before, no one made roster spot minutes on the court for Frank Ntilikina, for that guy in the past. Why are we gonna change that this year?
Yeah,
Screw
you're right
it.
about
These guys gotta fight for themselves and get minutes for themselves. Earn them. I don't see the basketball changing that way, that you're gonna have only 10 players on the roster signed, and if someone gets injured, that you're gonna sign that 10th player and nobody's afraid to lose minutes and stuff like that. Nah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Me and you on the same page with that stuff. No, I got this. I have Tech Jones here. Tech Jones was one of the witnesses to me almost catching a heart attack with the guys in Atlantic City. He, he was actually sitting right there watching the shit go down. In the beginning, once we got there, I felt kind of good, but it was hot as hell in that gym, man. I know, Tech could attest to that. It was hot as fuck in there. Tech tried to take a couple shots and then he sat his ass down. Because it literally was too hot in there. It was like it was like being like out in the humidity in New York City, like peak humidity. It was so hot in there. So we were shooting around, and I gotta say it, man. This guy, State, not State. I'm just dreaming about State. State is all in my mouth. But Sim said meet there at what was it, 6? We also meet there at 6, right? And Sim doesn't show up until like 7:30, like damn near 7:30, man. We didn't play until 7:30, so Sim didn't show up until like it was going on 7 already, and me and Tech was there for a minute. Me and Tech was there for a while already, so by the time we actually started the game, my legs were already shaking already. I had because I haven't played, I literally have not played in a long time. Like when you see the pictures, right now I don't really look. You can't really see how swole up I am, but I gained a lot of weight, man. Since the last time I saw some of those guys, I freaking gained a lot of damn weight, man, because of COVID or whatever else. I'm lazy and whatever you want to say. But I haven't played basketball or ran in a long time, so my legs were like jello. So by the time 7:30 came, I was done already. So you could see it. You could see it with when we were playing how bad it was.
Yeah, it looked bad.
I was, yeah, I'm sorry, man. But listen, I wasn't talking junk. It's just that like we kind of needed somebody else to play. Nobody else wanted to play, so I said, listen, I ain't no pussy. I'm gonna play. Fuck it, I'll play. Let Tony Crow. But if you want to see blood, let Tony Crow destroy me or whatever. But he was tired too. It was just too hot in there. You know.
Yeah, yeah, but sometimes it's like that, right? In these gyms, if they don't have AC, whatever, like even ventilation doesn't have to be AC. Like just get that air out of there, right?
Yeah.
The humidity is gonna literally whoop your behind. So that's a bad thing in the gym.
Next year though, next year I'm gonna be talking shit. I'm gonna put out a mixtape, a hype tape, everything. I'm gonna go fucking crazy. I'm gonna be calling people out next year because presently I'm trying to get myself together to run this New York City marathon. So I think I'll be ready to run it. I'm not gonna win it, nothing, but I will pass. I will get across the finish line. But between doing that and then going on into the next year, I'll be ready next year. And I think that's gonna make for good TV too, because you guys are gonna remember that fat, Puerto Rican motherfucker that was gasping for air, couldn't do anything. It'll be nice to see the contrast. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, man. These guys, I got the sound off or whatever for the ESPN. I don't like listening to them. So
Yeah, me too.
they're yeah.
Yo, not a fan, not a fan.
Yeah, he's saying that they're not biased. They're unbiased. They're supposed to be unbiased, but they're biased towards the Warriors because they just won the championship. So they're going to be talking highly of their players. I get it. That's ESPN. But here's it back to Papa Left, which is so intriguing to me is that like it just shows like what the younger people that in their 20s they grew up with the bullshit. They grew up with ESPN being that way, being the front runners and that type of thing. So that's how they fan. They fan like front runners. And they're always talking about the star and what the star could do, like it's the Avengers and shit like that. It's like, I'm not hoping that Tony Stark is gonna come and save me, make a new Stark suit or Pym particles is we're gonna go back in time and save the Earth. That's how people talk about the game. That's like, that's not fun. That's not fun to me. But this is the era that these guys are growing up in, so it's like it's definitely like a culture shock between the two generations, man. No, I hate it. I hate to talk about that, but it really is. It makes me feel old because now I really do feel like the guy, talk about, hey, young man, get off my lawn. I feel like one of those guys.
Yeah, but bro, that's true. I'm almost 40, and it's like some things that I remember as a kid, I would like love to do. These things are pissing me off, and the kids are around the neighborhood nowadays. So I was like, normally I would be the kid doing that. Nowadays I was like, like you're talking about the lawn, that whatever, riding in the mornings or playing outside in the mornings when I want to sleep, longer on the weekends and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, it's you can feel the father time hitting me.
Yeah, it sucks though because it shouldn't be that because this is the hip hop era, like the hip hop era for us, right? You're in your late 30s. I'm in my early 40s, whatever. So I mean, like I remember like Grandmaster Caz and all those guys. That was the era right before me. So the way that they dressed and talked and everything was a little different than our generation. So we didn't really vibe with that era. But between the late 80s and the early 90s and the whole 90s and the early 2000s, that whole thing, we all vibe together. That's a whole, two
And
generations there. So I don't understand why the next generation that comes in, like these young guys that were born in like 2000 and 2003 and maybe the late 90s. I don't know why they're so fucked up. I don't get it. Why? Because I mean, it's the same music. We all dress the same. Why is there like a disconnect with the culture like that?
listen, because you know why I think it's a disconnect, because back in the day, you could look like, oh, these guys, wearing these kind of trunks, whatever, and you could laugh at them, underneath your nose, right? But meanwhile, you still had respect, right? And you wouldn't go up to a guy. Meanwhile, like this generation, these kids just gonna go on the internet and Twitter, whatever, and troll, right? Meanwhile, they would never say that to your face. And back in the day, we didn't have internet like that, so you couldn't, oh, this or that, right? Because you could get sniffed really fast. So so
Yeah.
you respect that, whatever you don't like it, cool, but you wouldn't say, like bad words to straight up to a guy or whoever, right? Meanwhile, nowadays you're just gonna go to Twitter and write some mean stuff. But when you're gonna meet him in the real life, he ain't gonna be, oh, you're cool and fine. So I think
Yeah.
that's the generation gap between us and then the younger kids nowadays.
Yeah. So you're blaming it on that damn computer. Oh, that damn computer,
Yeah,
man. You know, sound like an old man. That's who we are. We're just old men. You know. They're not going to get it because I mean, even you say you listened to it. It was 4 hours though, but I mean, just listening to what the guys were saying and stuff. That's basically what they were doing. How I think Papa Left was like your age, like around closer to your age. So when
yeah,
he was
probably.
making comments and they was like, hey, they weren't really getting what he was saying. They kind of were just like talking with him, but not really talking with him. They were talking at him, not listening to anything he was saying. They weren't really getting what he was saying.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is now. Yeah, right now the Knicks are losing, man. 45-42.
Yeah, with that ending, that like even the half quarter of the second one was poor effort.
Yeah. We're at halftime now, man. So Keels is not really doing much. He is filling up the box score. I'm looking. He has 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. He's doing his thing. Defensively, Hunt is playing pretty well, 9 points. He got 5 steals. That's incredible.
Yeah,
McBride
that
has 11 points.
he's a pleasant surprise, Hunt. He's a
Yes.
pleasant surprise for this game.
Yeah, definitely. Sims is doing what he did in the NBA, 7 rebounds, 5 points. What is that? 2 turnovers. Not really much else from anybody else here. Montero is zeros across the board. He only played 4 minutes and didn't really get, a real feel for what was happening out there. They just took him out right away. I don't really like that. As far as Golden State is concerned, this guy Moody is just destroying us. He has 20 points at the half. So that's basically the ball game. I feel like everyone else is pretty rusty, and Moody is just shooting the lights out right now. 6 for 8 and 7 for 7 from the field. Yeah,
Listen,
so that,
he's one of the top three guys on that summer league team. I don't know what's up with Wiseman. I don't think he played in those California games as well. So I don't know if he's still injured because he literally missed the whole last season.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, Wiseman is interesting too. Wiseman, Kuzma, even Moody. All these guys that Golden State has, they just keep getting better. There's another player that they drafted. I don't see his name here for Golden State. Where is he at? Baldwin. Baldwin hasn't played. Baldwin is another guy that I think is going to be really good. That's a big time steal they picked up, Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah.
You ever seen Baldwin?
Yeah. I saw his highlights. The guy that's stuck into my head after a couple. I don't know if you remember the combine games. You saw them, or you didn't watch the combine games
I
from
watched a little bit
Chicago.
of the combine games.
I remember this guy stuck out of me. That Kenny Lofton Jr. kid, right? That chubby dude.
Yeah,
Bro, did you see him manhandle Chet
yeah,
in that last
that was
game?
crazy.
It was so funny because he looks so similar to one of my friends from my team. I was like, oh, I gotta have these highlights sent into him because he's
Yeah,
gonna be happy for people like that. He never
yeah,
left his ground, but he was playing with the hand and was blocking, like doing we call it the windshield, right?
yeah,
He was like, he's going at you, he's gonna move your hands and then get the layup up, right? So and Ken Lofton Jr. is like that, he's gonna bully inside and then just do the windshield trick and get off the shot easily so he ain't gonna get blocked.
yeah.
So
He's fun to watch though, but I just
yeah.
don't like the pushing. Like because he was straight just pushing. Yeah, he had his arm extended, just straight stiff arming him,
Yeah.
going all the way to the basket. That I didn't really like too much.
Yeah, but listen, that wouldn't happen if the guy had strength to stand up to him. That's why
True.
they let it go because he could push him whatever if he had that hand out or even if he didn't, right? So
That's
that's
true.
why the refs like, listen,
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, the refs did call it good because if you can't stand your ground, they're not going to save you.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying? You got to be able
exactly.
to fight back a little bit.
Yeah. So, yo, Chet is like, I was thinking he's at least, he has like 20 pounds more, bro. He's a toothpick.
Yeah, I don't know how what's going to change with him though. Because you see, like KG, right? KG was always slim, but KG had like an internal like strength. He had like crackhead strength. You
Yeah,
know,
but he
because
had, KG had wide shoulders, right? This
yeah,
kid is like, he's like so,
it's just neck and spine. That's all he has.
yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He looks sick, that dude.
the way the way he just said that shit, he looks sick. He does look fucking sick, man. You know,
Yeah, like anemia, whatever, bro. Because
you gotta take iron pills before the game, and so you gotta eat his spinach.
he gotta eat steak, meat.
He might need
For
to just like drink blood like a fucking vampire or something. Get
yeah,
them
yeah.
the plasma, get that plasma in his body. Jesus Christ. But I think he's going to be a good player because I mean, well, I can't even. I was going to say Giannis, but you can't compare them guys because, like, even though Giannis was really skinny and even though KG was very very skinny, they still had that inter. You could see they had
The,
that internal.
yeah, they
eh,
were how do you say it? Wiry, right? They
Yeah,
were like, they had that, that in them, right? That meanwhile, this dude is like, oh, yo, I'm shaking off, and when I think about his body build, it's like
yeah,
scary for me.
yeah. It looks like the guy that made my sandwich this morning when I went to work. He look like he's going to mop the floor, not go play basketball. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
there's
exactly.
a I don't know if he's watching, but there's a guy that I grew up with in the hood that was just like him. His name was Oscar. Shout out to Oscar if you ever catch the show, man. If you're watching now, man, he was super skinny just like that, man. But he was strong though. He was like after he played basketball, his veins would be popping all over his body because he was so damn skinny. You know what I'm saying. So that just shows that he had muscle. The muscle was pumping. This dude, he looks like freaking. He looks like the undead. Like he's like
Yeah,
extra in
like
the Walking
you can
Dead.
break him. Look, you can break him like by mistake.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and listen, and OKC has Pokushevsky. He's exactly the same build. I already saw a meme like they're gonna be called the Chopstick Brothers.
Uh, the Toothpick Twins. Something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. So
Poku's pretty good though. I like Poku. He moves. He
yeah,
moves. He moves good.
yeah, because he I think he had it when they drafted him. He has he has a little bit more muscle just straight up on the bone. So like, he's like more wiry than Chet. Chet is like pure skinny, right? That the Pokushevsky is a little, and he has that. I think his coordination is better. That's why he looks like his movement looks a little bit better, right?
Yeah, he looks bouncy.
So
He has like a bounce to
yeah,
him.
yeah, 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 exactly.
Yeah, definitely. He moves. He flies over the court pretty good too. But I mean, Chet has the skills, which is important. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna get him a long way. I think he's still gonna be effective, but if you're talking about anchoring the defense or being a bully or that type of thing, he's not ready for that. He ain't gonna be ready for that
Yo,
for a while.
you just imagine, these guys gonna try to dunk on him it's not like every game. They're gonna try to dunk every occasion they get
Yeah,
on him, and it's gonna be guards, whatever. No, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a long season for him.
yeah, man. Maybe he needs to grow his hair out or something, and maybe get some braids or something.
Yeah, a beard or whatever.
Yeah,
He-
let his hair on his legs grow out or something.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what to say with that dude. But this draft to me, there's not really a lot of good guys there. Shout out to Keegan Murray. That's a good pick for Sacramento. Uh, Jaden Ivey. Outside of that, everybody else is really a crapshoot. Have you seen any of these other guys, Johnny Davis and those guys? Have you seen them play?
no, not yet. I didn't see it. Neither Davis, no AJ Griffin. I saw like that game of Chet. I saw those highlights of Kenny Lofton, abusing him.
Yeah,
What who did I see again? Yeah,
I
I
saw
saw
the
the Memphis
Panchero,
game.
the Panchero
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Smith.
yeah, yeah. Yo, that dude looks good. I'm
Who's
not
that?
gonna lie. The Banchero.
Yeah,
Yo, he's. I was thinking like he's gonna be like maybe the third pick, whatever. But I'm not surprised they took them at the first pick.
yeah.
So
What about
so
Smith
that's
though? I didn't really. I wasn't really. I didn't really get to
yo.
really.
Only thing about Smith is I didn't see the game. I just saw fans complaining that he was open and he didn't pass him the ball. And I was like, if this is the situation, and I don't know how many games did they play, but if that's the situation that he has already problems with, with his teammates, might be a bad thing for him.
Yeah,
This Farron Hunt dude he's having himself a game.
yeah. I'm watching, man. He looks, he looks like an NBA player. Like
Yeah,
when he played for Westchester, I got a chance to see him play in Westchester a lot because I just was watching. He didn't look this good. He
yeah,
he always looked like he's like leaning, like Farron Hunt. But now it seems like he's just more planted, more engaged, and more kind of fluidly moving around. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like some players
yeah,
are
yeah,
like
yeah,
they just don't have a good balance to them. They don't have a good base, you know. So
yeah.
they just kind of like it seems like they're always off balance all the time. They can't really get the step that they need. They
Yeah.
can't really get the jump that they need because they just
Yeah,
always
the
off.
center of gravity that he has is really good in a good place. Is like you said, the balance, right? So
Yeah,
you wouldn't trip him, you wouldn't move him up easily and stuff like that. So
yeah,
he's a surprise for me. I'm not gonna lie, he looks like the best Nick on the court easily.
yeah. He's dictating stuff too. He's communicating out there, pointing. I see a lot of pointing on offense and defense. He's covering
Yeah,
ground. He's doing his job. So that's good. Here he goes, exploding here. He's asking for the alley oop and got it from Deuce there.
yeah,
So I like what I see from him as well, man. He has a nice solid hairline too, which is nice. Nice to see. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen my hairline since I got married. Actually, I used to have dreads, man. I used to have dreads when I was dating my wife, and then right when I realized that she was gonna be the one I was gonna marry, I cut my fucking hair off. So it's been downhill ever since. Nice little tomahawk dunk there by Farron Hunt. He looks good, man.
yeah,
See if I
yeah.
can get
He
this highlight.
he looks good though, but whose minutes is he gonna take?
That's the thing. We want certain guys to do well, but I mean, how well can these guys do? You know, we're just basically fighting ourselves. Fighting a fantasy.
Yeah,
I don't know. Because it's like that girl, that beautiful girl, like, oh, she's gonna be this, she's gonna be that, blah blah blah. But once you start dating women and stuff, you realize they all the same. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? It's like they all the damn same. Like you married your wife for whatever reason. She's beautiful. My wife is beautiful too. I married her for whatever reasons. But I mean, when it comes down to it, we probably married to the same chick, man. She could leave you and come stay with me, or my wife could come stay with you, and I wouldn't even know the difference probably. You know what I'm saying? Oh, same shit. You know,
yeah.
it's
So
crazy. So I mean, that's the way that the guys look at the game. They look at certain players as if they're gonna be so great, but I mean, they really just the same fucking guy. It's just the same one. You know, it's crazy, man. Shout out to my wife. She tunes in sometimes to see what I'm talking about. And she always catches me talking badly about her. I mean, I'm sorry, sweetheart. But whatever. She knows it's true. Yeah, man. So do your kids play basketball?
No, listen, my son, I tried to play, he was, on the team that I coached, but yeah, listen, it ended that way that, his group age had like literally 7 kids or 8, and we couldn't get them playing organized basketball like in the league and
Yeah,
stuff. So he was like, and listen, with kids is if you got competition and friends playing, he's gonna stick to that sport. His friends always played soccer, right? So after a year or two trying to get his friends into basketball, he like gave up, and he plays soccer with them now, and he's going to these matches, whatever. I hate soccer so much. I just drive him around, and I'm that parent, like they're they hyping the kids. I'm like sitting in the in the stands with my phone out, and reading Twitter. So uh,
Yeah.
I'm not one of those parents that goes crazy, yells at their kids and yells at other kids and stuff like that. So I'm like, cool, whatever you do, son, I'm cool with you, happy, and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be pressuring you, and pass it the ball, shoot, whatever. Nah, I'm one of those parents that I'm chill. I'm always asking him, talking about it. I'm giving my suggestions after after the game, the practice, whatever. Not meanwhile, but there's some parents that are literally in the practice, and are yelling out instructions, and I'm like, dude, what you doing? The kid won't be able to think by himself. So
It's rough though as a parent, especially when you
yeah,
love the game and you want your kid to feel the same love that you have.
yeah,
But I think you have the right idea. Like one of my little guy, he keeps begging me to teach him how to play basketball. I work a lot, so I really don't have the chance to do it. But I'm thinking about not going into work tomorrow just so I can devote some time to them. We'll see. But I mean, he's begging me to play basketball, so I got to get him out there and show him some stuff. But he's not coordinated, man. That motherfucker, he walks in the house and then like he'll take 2 steps, and next thing you know, all you hear is everything is breaking. You turn and look in the hallway, and the whole hallway is destroyed. And whatever's there was in the hallway is all on top of him. It's like, yo, damn, what the hell happened, man? He's like, I fell down. I fell down. Like, God, like, how do you fall down? Nobody else is falling down. Like, he falls out of his bed. We could be just walking in the street. Next thing you know, he's like bleeding out of his face. It's like, how did you fall? I was watching you. But my
yeah,
other son, he can jump out. I don't want to say that, but he could jump down, like freaking 13 steps and just roll and just keep it moving. And like, damn,
yeah.
so kids, all kids are different. So you just kind of just got to figure out what they're into and just support them whatever they do. It
Yeah,
might not be
exactly.
something.
I'm with the same way, like you said. Support them whatever they want to do. Don't listen. My father nor my mother, they never saw even one game of my in basketball court, and I got medals from college. I was like I had the scholarship for basketball and stuff like that, so they didn't have to pay anything. They literally never went to see a game that I played. Never. Never, bro. They did. Yo, if they didn't see how I played in like in front of the house, they probably wouldn't know. If I was shooting, if I was using my feet or hands for playing basketball.
They probably thought you
So
were in a gang or something. Oh, I heard you were shooting.
yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Listen.
Be the
That
way
was
that way.
crazy, and I'm not a guy that holds grudges and stuff like that. But I was like, listen, my son has they never drove me even to practice. I always have to take the bus, or no, I was driving by myself later on and stuff like that, or get my friends' parents to drive me or whatever, right? they
Yeah.
they never were like supportive of that. They were like, whatever. So whatever I gave to my son now, it's like 10 times more than whatever they gave me. So so I feel like like a good parent at least.
Yeah. My dad, man, his idea of being a parent was dropping me off in the hood and having somebody like, hey, look, my son could play basketball here, and he'll just drop me off in the middle of like a war zone, and I gotta like fight for my life. I'm looking for my dad. Where the hell did my dad go? He's out hanging out with his friends and stuff. And meanwhile, I'm fighting for my life in some park, because he told them I play basketball. But my dad is one of those guys that he's like not gonna say like, oh, like he plays basketball. No, oh, my son is gonna bust your son's ass, that type of thing. So that I don't know that he's saying that, but then once we start playing, the kids are letting me know, yeah, your dad said you was this, that, and the other. Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, where the fuck is my dad, bro? Like, I want to get out of here. But he used to do that to me all the time. Shout out to the St. John's Recreation Center in New York, Brooklyn, the BRC. Shout out to BRC. A couple places in Bushwick too. Shout out to a lot of spots in Bushwick, Aberdeen Park, freaking Highland Park, all those parks throughout Brooklyn and whatever, man. My pops used to just drop me off there, and I used to be fighting for my life, man. It was crazy, But I was
Yeah.
pretty good. But I was a street ball player. I wasn't like I didn't really play a lot of organized basketball.
Yeah, and I'm the totally opposite, bro. I hated playing street ball. Maybe not hated, but I was loving organized basketball. I was, I knew how to use my teammates, ask for a screen, and stuff like that. So, for example, these 3-on-3 games, I not hate them, but I don't like to play it because there's that's a totally different game. That's more of a street board game. I rather maybe not have a set play run for me, but at least I could read the floor. And listen, the other thing is my knees were hurting when I was young. I couldn't play. I was literally could play like indoors only. When I went outdoors, and for example, it was like the hard concrete. My knees were like you know already swollen after the game. So
Yeah.
I rather played indoors only and stuff like that, and only 5-on-5 basketball. If it wasn't 5-on-5, I was cool with a little bit less, but I still 5-on-5, that was my game.
Well, for me, man, I grew up in New York, so it was all outside. Like I said, I didn't really play a lot of organized ball. If I did play organized ball, it was in like a tournament setting, street, summer tournament type of thing, church basketball tournaments, that type of thing. So a lot of it was outside. The church tournaments were inside. But right now I got a degenerated hip. Right, I actually I needed a hip replacement like I want to say like 10 years ago. I needed a hip replacement, but the guy was like, "Yo, you're only like 30 something, so like we can't replace your hip now because then you're gonna need to replace it again, when you're like 50."
Yeah.
So it kind of defeats the purpose. So I was like out there playing. So I was like, "What do I do?" What like that I need to. I need you telling me I need a hip replacement. So what the fuck am I supposed to do at 33 years old? So he said, just ball till you fall. That's basically what he said. He said, ball to until you freaking dislocate your the bone from the socket. You know what I'm saying? So I said, fuck it, okay. Cool, man. So I messed up. That's another thing too. But that's not an excuse though. That's not the reason why you saw me getting destroyed. Like almost dying live on YouTube. That's not the reason, man. But I mean, I got my little issue. But that's really from playing street ball. Playing on that concrete.
Yeah.
In New York
Yeah.
back in the days, nobody shot. Nobody took jump shots. Everything was to the basket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everything was defense. You had to play defense, and you had to take it to the basket.
Yeah, and
So that's
that was one of the things that I noticed when you guys played. You were always trying to get close to the hoop, and I would be like, "Yo, I would be that dude that's only gonna shoot 3 pointers." Like
yeah,
literally, I was like, I saw Isaiah take one or two of those shots. I was like, "Nah, bro, I would, lose the game, but I would
yeah.
shoot every shot with three, and I could probably, keep it close." So,
Yeah. I really like Isaiah, man. Isaiah's a good kid. If you meet him in person, the way that he acts online, he acts like that in person. He's literally like a kid. He's very
yeah,
respectful too. We're older than him, so he gives us that respect in that way too. So I appreciate Isaiah. Really, really good kid. I'm quite sure. I don't know if he's still listening. I'm quite sure Tech Jones agrees with that. Isaiah's a good kid. Like we was like trying to show him because he was trying to I don't know what he was trying to make the ball go through the backboard or something. I don't know what he was trying to do, but that ball was hitting the backboard like like it was trying to go through like another dimension or something like that, man. So we
yeah.
were trying to show him how to shoot or whatever, and he was listening. And it's a good kid, man. Good kid. He's gonna be whatever he wants to do. Once he figures it out, he'll be really good at it. You know. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like just like with the summer league and just learning, people just want to learn, man. Like really, they want to, they just want to be better people when it comes down to it. So the conversations and stuff, that's why I appreciate the conversations that we're having right now. It's just fun to me. I like to hear your perspective, and we enjoy the same thing. So like we kind of having similar upbringings, based off of our interests, which is intriguing. That's intriguing to me. We're not from the same place, but you know we still have the same kind of like thing going on. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, sometimes it's just people. You just find someone like that. It's really easy to talk with, right? It's
Yeah,
like you don't have to complain, whatever, and try to change his perspective and stuff like that. I'm not even one of those guys because sometimes there are people out there that it's either they wear it their way or it's what, not nothing else. They're gonna talk to you and tell you that Fournier is bad, 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 but you can listen to them 10 hours and they're still gonna try to tell you that Fournier is bad,
Yeah.
right? Instead of just telling their opinion, listening to yours, and well, cool, what, right?
Yeah.
So, but sometimes the people is just those naggers, like, oh man, this and that is always the world is only bad, nothing good happened for the last 150 years of my life, and stuff like that.
Right.
So
Yeah, shout out to Tech Jones again. The Atlantic City thing. Every time somebody talks to me, that they meet me in person, they always tell me about the time that me and Gimro had that argument. There was like, oh man, thank God somebody said something. I'm tired of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying, Gilmo. So it goes to what you're saying with the conversation that we're having about know-it-alls and stuff. Gilmo's a fucking know-it-all, man. Because like you're 30 something, I'm 40, and you're gonna tell us about arthritis and stuff like that. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I got a degenerated hip. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be teaching me about what arthritis is, man. Shut the fuck up, but it was funny. I got pissed off. I was pissed off at him, and he was annoyed with me too, man. But I'm kind of anxious to meet Guillermo. I just want to see, if he really is like that all the time. Because I mean, I feel like, what's the matter with you, man? Like you need like a hug or something. God damn, you know. But everybody always says that though. I feel like everybody that I talked to when I was in Atlantic City, they all said, "Yo, man, that time with girl, that shit was great, man. I love that shit." Yeah, but I don't know. It's
yeah,
like we were saying with like
listen, Mark is also a good dude. He I think he's totally different in real life, though.
Mark.
When you talk with him off the cam, he's so calm and stuff like that. You really have to like push that button of his. He has that button that you can reach, and he's gonna be like, oh, he's gonna go off, right?
Yeah,
But if you talk calmly, explain your point of view, he's gonna tell you his point of view and stuff like that, and it's gonna be all cool.
yeah,
But sometimes on when I see he's getting easily triggered by fans in the chat and stuff like that.
yeah,
He's sometimes you say a bad word on someone and he's gonna go at you like for the next half an hour.
yeah. But you could tell a guy like Mark has a great heart. He's
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
big
yeah,
heart.
exactly
So
the thing that I was trying to say. Yeah,
yeah,
his heart is are in the right place and stuff like that. So
yeah. So you can see that, like, and you're right too. Like I've had conversations behind the back, behind the stage with us, because like, you guys would do a podcast for 2 hours and then be behind back to stage for like eight
yeah,
hours, like
another
they
two,
say.
right? So
Yeah. So we've talked about a bunch of stuff too, man. He's generally a nice guy too, very nice.
yeah,
So that's great, man. That's what this is about, meeting people. This guy here, Tech. I'm talking about other people. Tech Jones is pretty good, pretty dope too, man. I enjoyed spending time with him and stuff, talking and stuff. Really chill, very chill guy, man. So looking forward to hanging out with him again. You know, so that's great, man. That's what it's all about. I'm anxious to hang out with you too, man. I can't wait. If you pop up to an event, man, oh my god, man, that's gonna be
bro.
the greatest thing.
I'm always laughing that Sim has to go that get that Go Fund page going, and I'm gonna get next year to AC.
Not for
No,
real
but
though,
listen,
man.
yeah, it's not the case with with the money. I can easily get the ticket and come by. Just that it's like you got to take a week off because I'm not gonna fly to AC for like a night or two. So I'm gonna have to stay in the States for like a week. That would be a waste of plane tickets. Get back, eat that food, and stuff like that. Probably take my wife and kids. So it's not gonna be like one plane ticket. It's gonna be four, and and then it goes and it grows, right?
Yeah,
So, but yeah, but if my wife said like, listen, yeah, I just go this, go this week or whatever weekend, bro, she wouldn't, have the time to take it back. I would be on booking and already booking the flights and stuff like that. So,
right.
so if she slips one day, till May, I'm gonna remember.
That's one thing Tech said. That would be kind of dope, man. Just to pop up on you. But we like literally need you to be in the airport when we popped up though, because a bunch of black dudes is getting off of the airport in Poland looking for some guy named Andy. Like, Like, shut up. And he's here to follow us. Like, oh, shit. I don't think they're telling us the truth, guys. We're gonna need you to escort us to wherever you're gonna take us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But listen, sooner or later, I'm gonna be there. So I just, my because my younger daughter is, she's like what, 6.5 probably now. Yeah, 6.5.
Okay.
She's from December, so I'm definitely gonna take him to the States. Drive them, to Florida, whatever, to Disney, stuff like that.
Right.
But so I'm gonna be like probably like a month there in the States. But I want her to remember, something from that trip. Not like, oh, you're gonna see this in the photos and stuff like that. I want her to
Right.
be like, maybe 8, 10, so she can remember and enjoy the trip, right? It's not
Yeah.
going to be like, running around the city all, Sex in the City was here, recorded here, and she's going to be like, what was that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
6-year-olds are weird. I got a 6-year-old too. My 6-year-old, well, actually, my 8-year-old is the weird one. But the 6-year-old, they're just weird. He's falling all over the damn place. He can't remember nothing. So they're not really gonna, like you said, they're not gonna remember a trip to New York. So to make it
yeah,
worth
yeah.
it worth the
So
while.
exactly. So that's why I'm still waiting for her to like be that. Oh, when I see that she's remembering stuff from last, previous vacations, I'm gonna take her for the real one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you and the family. I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure especially the daughter. I'm quite sure the daughter's like something else, man. I always wanted a
yeah,
daughter. I got nothing but boys. I got a 19-year-old and I got a 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. So
yeah. My son is 12. Yeah, he's 12, and she's 6.
okay.
So
Well, speaking of the young guys, I know. Geraldine asks like who's taking Grimes minutes. It's not really about that. This is like they're really just trying to see these five guys playing together. So they actually really are playing really good together. As soon as they got them back into the game and they got into like a nice little flow, they were able to pull away to get this 10-point lead. They were actually losing by like five almost. I forgot how much they were losing by, but they brought it back up to 15. So that's what you're seeing here. We're playing. It's like they're moving the ball well. Farron Hunt is the talk of the day, right? You
yeah,
you agree with that,
I
right?
think he's a star today. So
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm hoping to see like the next game is when the next game is it tomorrow?
it's
I
no,
had it
I think it's
queued
Sunday
up.
maybe.
Yeah, it might be Sunday. But I'm anxious to see what some of these other guys are doing because I mean, like from what we're seeing here as far as the basketball with the Knicks and stuff, there's nothing that that we didn't expect. And McBride is basically playing how he's played, since he's been a Knick. Grimes too.
Yeah,
These guys, they're just basically playing their game. Jericho Sims, he looks the same. There's nothing really different about it. So they're also like second-year players. So once they get together, they could just instill their will on the other team much easier.
yeah.
Because they play with each other in the
That's why
regular season.
what I expected, from McBride, right? That he's going to be the floor general. He's going to take all these, kids, and be that guy that's going to be like the vet on that team, that they're
Yeah,
going to listen to him and stuff like that. So, oh, now nice steal from.
yeah. He has 5 assists too. So between him and Grimes, they're the guys running the show right now. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
really impressed by Farron, man. Farron got 6 steals, 17 points. He just energy. He's leading out there. He's like showing
yeah, and
leadership.
he's playing Obi's game, right? He's leaking out for those easy
Yes.
buckets, but I think he's way more uh aware on the defensive end.
Yes.
I think Obi would never had that many steals in the passing lane and stuff like that. So I think
Yeah.
he's way more aware than Obi in that kind of sense.
Yeah, definitely like way more engaged. Like Obi is just definitely more. He has a lot of energy, but Hunter, I feel like he's more like locked, not necessarily locked in, but just like kind of like he got his like claws into the game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That's the feel I'm getting. Same thing with this guy Keels too. I think he's playing pretty good. He's not scoring the ball, but he's in the mix of everything. He's rebounding, he's
Yeah,
getting
he
assists,
he
steals.
he he's a good teammate. He looks at I think he's gonna be the guys that one of those those players that you can easily fit on with on the court with, right? You
Yeah,
know, he's not gonna do anything crazy, but you know that if he's doing this and this move with a little bit, games under your belt, you're gonna read his game really easy, and sometimes that's really important at the beginning of your career, right? So teammates know what your tendencies are and stuff like that. So
yeah, definitely agree with that. Montero just had a steal, just totally just stripped
yeah,
the guy right at the top of the key there.
yeah. I think I'm ahead of you now. Or
You might be. I'm
maybe.
at the 9 minute mark.
Oh yeah, so I'm ahead. I'm at the 8 minute mark.
Yeah, they had a little lagging going on over here. They actually at 7:42 according to ESPN here on the screen.
Yeah,
83 to
uh,
69.
yeah,
This guy Jeffries too. I haven't really been able to lock in on him. Jeffries right now
yeah.
he's 4 of 6. He has 12 points, 3 assists, two rebounds.
Yeah, and he had that dunk in the first half on Kaminga, right? He
Right.
yanked it on him like
What number is he though?
16, I think.
That's him at the bottom of the screen.
I'm ahead of
Well,
you, so
yeah, you're way ahead of me.
yeah. I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I think it's 16.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's a handsome motherfucker. We need some more handsome dudes on the roster, man. It's like RJ's all right. Julius is okay. But we need some more handsome guys on the roster. You know, I say that in the most heterosexual way. You know what I'm saying? So did you see?
I was waiting for your famous quote. I love no man.
Hey, I don't. But I appreciate stuff though. But yo, did you see Thor: Love and Thunder?
I know.
Okay, how does that work in where you are? Did it release in Europe yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I think there's probably a delay with that. But I mean, if I could say one thing about that movie, like they're really like pushing like the gay agenda. If you want to, for lack of a better term, you know what I'm saying? Not homophobic or anything like that. But they just really like pushing that. You know what I'm saying? So if some people could pop on this show and think that I'm trying to push that push that agenda too, so it is what it is. Yeah, man. But I mean, it was a good movie. It was fun, but it's definitely trying to push something on us. Yeah, man. Tech, we had a good time, man. We definitely got to do that shit again. Yeah, you live in Jersey, man. So I mean, we gotta see what we can do, man. We try to get some kind of get together, just to meet up and kick it one time, do something.
Yeah,
I know it's hard.
Sim is
Everybody lives so far.
yeah, Sim is gonna organize. I don't know if you heard it. I was gonna say a barbecue. Uh, I don't know if it's gonna be called a barbecue, cookout, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it's gonna be in September, I think,
Okay.
in New York and Brooklyn. So
Yeah. So they really located a spot to go in Brooklyn.
yeah, I think Steph is on that because Sim is
Okay.
not in New York, so I think Steph is gonna organize most
All
of
right.
the
So
things. So
yeah, she's in Canarsie. So well, she spends part time in Canarsie, so she knows that area well. Canarsie, that area, that part of Brooklyn. There's a lot of places where you can go do that cookout thing. So
yeah,
I'll
they
be
got a
there.
lot of parks there. I remember because when I was living in Greenpoint,
Right.
Brooklyn, and I had like my friends' cousins were in Canarsie, so we were driving there like really often. So I remember that spot.
So were they living harshly in Canarsie? That's like the catchphrase for
N-
Canarsie. They Canarsie living
no,
harshly.
harshly. No, I don't recognize. I don't remember that sentence that quote being used.
Just fucking with you, man. But but that would be dope though, because I mean, along the Belt Parkway, I know they have a lot of parks on the Belt Parkway that we could definitely do that. Have like a really good time. So I'm with that, man. I'm with that, definitely.
Yeah, I was telling them that as soon as Isaiah gets that food truck going and he's gonna cook for everyone.
Let's say a food truck. We're gonna see it a mile away because it's gonna be a fucking trail of smoke coming from the shit. Like, oh, there
Yeah,
it goes, right
yeah,
there.
exactly.
The fire truck is
So
following it and shit.
I was telling Isaiah, bro, you gotta get that, food truck going, and then we're gonna have a cookout finally. But I see, it's gonna be sooner than Isaiah's gonna get into that business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now is July, so we got July, August, September. So that's plenty of time for me to get myself together. So I mean, I'm gonna start talking shit soon. I can't talk yet. I need a month to start actually talking. But I'm gonna be ready for what's the name, Mr. Tony. So spread the word.
Yeah. Yeah,
Evil is
but
gonna be
Sim is planning also a game, to be played there and stuff like that. So I think it's going to
okay.
be more of a kind of an event than just a cookout. But yeah, but it's
Oh,
definitely going to be fun.
yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. I know Guillermo plays. I was joking about Guillermo, but Guillermo, I know he plays pretty frequently.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
the name plays too? Mark plays frequently. So there's a couple guys here that play, so we'll be able to get some good run going. Yeah, man. The Knicks are really it seems like they're just like taking them apart right now. I've Kaminga. I don't know what's up with Kaminga, but he can't seem to get a feel of what's happening right now. He's not really playing particularly well. Has he scored yet? He has 4 points.
yeah. But
Kaminga.
2 out of 10, so
Yeah.
nothing nice, nothing pretty.
Yeah. If Moody didn't have this 34-point game, let's say if he had like 20 instead of 34 right now, we would be destroying him right now. You know, talking about take 10 points off of there, there'll be 65. That's like we'll be destroying him.
Yeah, and it's you can clearly see that dude is just having a hot night because
Yeah.
25 minutes, 34 points, no matter what kind of level of basketball you're playing.
Yeah.
If you're shooting 8 from out of 11, so
Yeah. That's nothing. I mean, look at the free throws though. 15 out of 17. That's definitely a summer league game right there. 15, 17 free throws. Come on.
yeah,
Like he's the only guy getting fouled on that team. That don't make no damn sense.
yeah,
So I mean, so literally, like take away like 10 points off of the score, and that's the real score. According to this, 90 to 75 is really 92 right now to 65.
wow, bro. Jericho Sims just had such a dunk, alley oop dunk, of course, because his creation is a little bit weak, but
Yeah, he's
it's
scary,
gonna,
man.
yeah, he's gonna tear off a rim one of these days.
Yeah, he gets up so quickly though. He gets up like bam, he's there at the rim, and then he catches
Yeah,
it, and then he dunks it. You know?
Yo, he has that. I don't know if you watch volleyball. Oh, yo, fair
Yes,
hunt with a steal. Not sure. Yo, he has that volleyball jump, right?
yes,
2 legs, and he doesn't have to, make that step, whatever. He just jumps up,
yeah,
and he has that, that jump is really good. If he only was like 2 inches higher, he could be a really, really good, center in the NBA because I think he's a little bit too small to be a center.
yeah. That's what my wife
So
says too. If I had 2 more inches, I'll be great right now.
yeah.
Yeah, my wife says that all the time.
I don't know if I told you this anecdote. My rest in peace coach always said, and we were like, what, first grade of high school. That was literally the time that I started playing like organized basketball, right?
Mhm.
And my coach was explaining a drill, right? And we were like, yeah, whatever, he explained like for a minute, and we were like, yeah, okay, we got it, and he's like, you got it, and my friend is like, more or less, right? And my coach is like, do you know what more or less means? And he's like, he was thinking like, okay, this is a trick question, right? Because you say more or less, and so, and he's like, when you do the fingers like this, and you shove them in, and one is going to be more, one is going to be less. And I was like, bro, I was like,
You was like
man,
little, right? How old you said you
yo,
was?
yo, that's when we knew that you can't ask a question to the coach because he's gonna give you some kind of life lesson, that time. So yeah, but I always crack a joke about it because he now like 20 years later, you think about those jokes and you remember them. They like
Yeah,
stick into your mind, bro, like burned into your mind. But
yeah. Those are the good old days, man. We don't really appreciate
yeah,
it as it's happening. When you look back at it, there's a lot of great stories and stuff when
yeah,
you're that age. The Knicks are really giving it to them today.
yeah.
So I appreciate it. But I mean, like I said, this is second year players. But I mean, there's quite a few second year players on Golden State. Shout out to McClung. McClung had a good game already. He had a couple good games already this summer. He had 12
Yeah, but
points.
isn't that dude from the Lakers?
Yeah, he was on the Lakers. I think
Yeah,
I don't know. Are they allowed to share players? Do they do that?
I think so. Because they had a California league. I don't know if the Lakers are playing in this league in Vegas. So maybe
Right,
he was on the roster for that league, and he's going to be on the roster for the other one.
right. There's a few guys. Santos. Some of these guys I just never heard of. Like, could you imagine negative 31 plus or minus? Sheesh.
Yeah,
Yeah, what is the plus or minus, man? I hate that stat. I hate advanced stats like that. But plus
it,
or minus, they have it right here with the regular stats.
listen, that it what why plus and minus is a little bit stupid because in some of these games it's going to be a really worthy stat, but in like these blowout games it's going to be not worth to look at. Why I'm going to say that, because if it's a close game sometimes, sorry, not a close game, if there's a game with garbage time, that stat is going to be skewed. No, it's going to be skewed like really bad. But
Yeah,
when it's a close game, it's not that bad of a stat, right? But like I said, if it's a blowout game and you just get inserted into the game in the wrong time, you're gonna have a terrible plus minus. So
yeah. Context is everything. Because I mean, me and you
yeah,
both said that Fern Hunt is like, definitely opened our eyes in this game. But he's plus 9, but Dirk,
yeah,
some of these other guys have a higher plus minus. So
yeah. But
it's,
you can see it Hunt's efficiency, right?
yeah,
He's really efficiently 8 out of 12, and the rebounds, it's not standing out, but the steals, 7 steals,
yeah,
and those were like not only a deflection or a steal in a corner. He cut the passing lanes, and that gets your team going. That brings energy and stuff like that. So
yeah. Quentin Grimes got eight assists, man.
yeah, that's why I was thinking, that maybe they're going to try to use him as a shot creator and stuff like that, a playmaker, a little bit
Yeah,
more. And Sim had his I'm going to say trainer or like coach, right? I think it was trainer, and
yeah.
he said that Quentin has way more skill than what he's being used by Tibbs. So
Well, I mean, that's something that I hate too. I hate when people say stuff like that because I mean, it's like, just do it. you know,
yeah,
that was like the root of what me and State were arguing about the other day. Is that like oh, you're gonna unlock this guy. He's gonna be unlocked. Oh, is the
yeah,
way
yeah,
that he's
yeah,
being used and stuff. We're not playing Pokemon, man. This is not
yeah,
Pokemon Go.
yeah, 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 exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, I get it, but if you could play, you could play. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's time, if you got the ball and the right play is for you to do something with it, then do it. You know what I'm saying? If that's the right play, I feel like if I'm coaching a team and we have a certain play, but we're all watching the same game. I'm watching the game and I'm like, shit, they fucked the play up. Right, but so you should identify that already and then make that adjustment. You're on the court. I can't make the adjustment for you. I can't push the X
Yeah,
button. I can't push the triangle for you. I can't hit R1, or anything like that. You have to make that adjustment in game. So that's what makes the really good player, the person that could use their skills and improvisation in basketball to make the right play. You know
Yeah.
that's the what that shows the good player, man. So
Yeah, and listen, and my coach always said it, you you can play this way, that way, show me in these drills that you can do it. But if you're not going to do it in a game, it doesn't mean nothing for me.
yes,
So, so yeah, you can finish with the left hand. Nah, bro. When you're in the game, you're gonna panic and you're gonna try to use your right hand from the left side. So
yeah,
that's why he said like we're gonna be using the left hand and left hand drills in the whole practice. And we were like, nah, coach, we can do it. We can do it. We can show him like the whole hour, right?
yeah.
The game came and dudes, he has a drive from the left side and he's using his right hand. And my coach is like, time out, time out. Remember, guys, what we were talking about on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. And back to the drawing board. There comes the Monday practice, and we, having left hand drills from the left side, shooting and stuff like that. Listen, nowadays I understand it because when I see a guy, especially in the NBA, he's driving from the left side and he's shooting with his right hand, I was like, bro, my
That
coach
drives
wouldn't
me
let you
crazy.
play even. So
Yeah, that drives me crazy, man. They like when they do it, they'll come baseline and they'll do like this thing over the head,
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah,
reverse layup.
yeah.
I hate that, man.
Yeah,
Like
and
to
listen,
me, it's so much more less stressful just to just make the left-handed layup. It's
yeah,
right there.
and
Because I mean,
and
they do it
you
to
know,
seal. You know, they do it because the defense behind them. They do it to seal. But if you make the left-handed layup, you can still do the same thing. You
yeah,
know?
exactly. And listen, and what pisses me off even more that these are the best players in the world, right? They're
Right.
supposed to be. So why a guy in Poland, whatever, Philippines can do it, and you can pay million of bucks and you can do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's a couple lost art things. We were talking at work. We were talking about the finger roll. Like people
yeah,
just don't finger roll anymore. Everything is a floater. You know, everything is they trying to dunk it. Everybody's trying to go off the glass. Everybody's trying to go reverse, opposite hand. You know that type of thing. But like sometimes the best move is just to go straight up and lay it like this, right? Just lay it
yeah,
straight like that. You know, they make
exactly.
it more harder than it needs to be. Shout out to all the strength coaches and like all these NBA coaches out there that's showing the same skills. They're basically copying each other, showing the same skills. So that's annoying. It just annoys me a little bit. There's no improvisation. Like say like in New York, like they about to remember you made that post in the chat about the point guard thing they're gonna
Yeah,
have.
yeah. The video, the movie, right?
Yeah. So I mean, all those guys in New York, Kenny Anderson, Kenny Smith, and Rod
Rod
Strickland,
Strickland,
all those
Steph
guys, man.
Marbury. Yeah,
Yeah, Stephon Marbury, they all came up around the same time. And plus, there was other guards too in the mix that didn't make it to the NBA. They went to college and stuff like that. But every single one of those guys throughout the whole thing, none of them played the same. None of them played the same. But you could pull 10 guards out the NBA, all different skill levels, and they all play the same. They all got the
yeah,
same bag.
yeah. The same move, the same things. So
Yeah, same thing. So it's just weird. Just very weird. But that's just the culture in general. Because we were talking about that earlier with the Papa Left stuff. It's just the culture in general. Everyone is the same now. No one has like any common sense. There's no like nothing's passed down from people. There's no learning. Say like I mentioned Isaiah. Isaiah's great. Like we got to talk to him. He's a good kid. So I mean, but like when we're talking and stuff like that, he's listening to what we're saying and that type of thing. But he's a grown man himself. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the simple fact to hear the stories and get the conversation and just the point of view and just enjoy each other's company, that type of thing. Nowadays it's not really like that anymore. It's definitely something missing. Yeah, so I mean the game is over now. I was able to refresh. So it's 101 to 88. So this is a good
yeah,
start to the first game, man.
yeah. And listen, I don't know if you know, but they got championship rings for this year's summer league.
Yeah.
So maybe they want some jewelry.
Yeah, I wonder how much those are worth on the crap table, right? in Vegas. I'll be trying to pawn that shit. You know?
Yeah, maybe they're like silver, whatever,
Yeah,
like $25.
probably at one of the pawn shops and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Great talking to you, man. I love when you pop in. And you're doing a service for me too, man, because it's late over there, right? What the
Yeah,
hell
it's
time is it over there?
4:20 a.m.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing
Yeah,
talking to this guy?
like I told you, I'm losing sleep over summer league Knicks team, bro.
And I'm quite sure I'm quite sure your wife don't appreciate you talking to some guy in the other room over there. Yeah, you're talking
No,
about the
no,
Knicks. Okay, okay.
I'm downstairs, and she was like, just tell me if I'm supposed to wake up in the morning or you're gonna wake up with the kids, because on the weekends we're like, okay, one day, I'm taking the kids, giving him the tablets, the phones, and just stay quiet so my wife can sleep, right?
Yes.
And the other day she does it for me, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna wake up for the game today, because it's 2 a.m. and I was like, listen, it's a summer league game. Maybe when it's gonna ring, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna wake up, right? Watch it. I can watch it in the morning because I got the league pass, so it's not a difference. But I was like, maybe since it's a Friday, I'm gonna wake up. And she's like, just tell me, so I'm supposed to wake up. And I bet you that tomorrow morning she ain't even gonna know that I wasn't in the bed. So
Well, for me, like right now it's 10:23, so this is getting close to the time my wife starts getting tired and stuff. So if I'm in here talking to you, I'd rather be here because my wife is like a freaking, she's like snores like you would not believe, man. It's like a bear in a cave. You know what I'm saying?
you
Like
gotta
that.
you
So I'm
gotta
like,
fall
fuck.
asleep sooner than her, right?
Yeah. Or if she goes to sleep before me, I have to wait till she gets into REM sleep. Then the snoring stops. You know what I'm saying? Then I can get my Z's in then. So
You
you
gotta
gotta pick your battles.
you know what's the trick, right? You just gotta close her nose
I
for
ain't
a
trying to
bit.
kill her, man. You want me to kill her? You want me to kill my wife? Jesus Christ. But I slap her. Not too hard. But just enough. No, but for real, you gotta like it's really because the throat is like this. You know what I'm saying? That's why they snoring. So you just gotta move them. Move them,
Yeah,
let them adjust, and then hopefully it'll stop. But not my wife, man. Shit, I didn't sign up for that, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't sign up for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. She should have like told me ahead of time. That's what's gonna happen for the rest of my life. Yeah,
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 yeah. That's
yeah. Shout out to ADC, man. What's up, Eddie? So anyway, me and you just talking here, but this is supposed to be a watch along, so we really were just catching up for 2 hours, which is dope.
yeah. That's usually what happens, right? We stop talking basketball, and it's like
Yeah,
all around the topics.
yeah, but it's fun, man. So a lot of people enjoyed it, whatever, chiming in, like getting their little laughs on and stuff. But it's fun, man. This is what basketball culture is about. You sitting around while the guys are playing, guys are sitting on the sideline, talking and shit, watching the game. Just talking about whatever. That's basketball culture right there. Universal basketball culture. So that's what's up. Anyway, so thanks, Mr. Andy. You got to get some sleep. 4 o'clock in the morning. You got 2 kids to take care of. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. But it was a pleasure, Iro. Whenever I can, hop on, and probably it's going to be more in the weekends, in the season and in the summer league. I'm gonna try to, hop on and watch these games live. Daytime, and sorry, the days of the week. I'm not gonna be waking up this year. I'm getting too old. It's like couple of I'm gonna do like 3 games in a row. The fourth game, I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I'm gonna be bleeding out of my nose because the body is gonna be like, nah, you can't do it. You're too old. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah, right,
Friday
man.
and Saturday games cool, but the rest of the days, nah.
Yeah, it's definitely you're definitely right about that. And the older you get, you just can't really do the same shit you was doing before. That's why I gave up drinking. I gave up drinking because it's just one less stress, on the body. So I like it though because it helps me to think a little bit more clearly. You know,
Yeah, that's
instead of
true.
thinking with the drink. Yeah, man.
That's true. I told you that's true, and I looked at a can of beer, like aside from my laptop.
Because the beer said, "Hey, the beer heard you. I hear that guy. Fuck that guy." Yeah, man.
So yeah,
All right,
yeah,
Mr. Andy, man. I'm gonna let you go. I gotta go see what's up with my significant other. See, make sure everything is still the way it
cool,
was when
cool.
I left.
Like I said, it was a pleasure. Whenever I'm gonna be able, I'm gonna hop on with you.
All right,
Always fun.
absolutely. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in the chat. Thanks, Andy, for coming in, man. I'll see you later. I'll see you soon, bro.
Peace.
Peace, man. Peace.